The truth
Well,
is that the Shadow Pact druids tend to keep to themselves. They are quite secretive, and while I appreciate the aid, the knights have gotten harder for us to hunt them. They've integrated with the town, hiding until the last moment. The very artifact that you stopped them from procuring was just a magical item that was, uh, silver material. I assume that
Mm.
they're using it to try and recreate what happened in the Knights of Silver Blood, and we must stop them from doing that again. On a, but without the information necessary, I don't know what to do. Besides, hunt them every night, the same as we're always doing. I would
wait,
appreciate you joining the Fang Watch, but I don't see where your skills would actually aid us.
do you have an apple about? Do you have an apple here? I'm going to show you how good I am with my bow. I shall place this apple upon your head,
You shall roll a
That's,
1 and strike her in the head.
and,
that's
and,
why I
and I
thought you used
will
the
I will
silver
prove
arrow.
to you how great of an archer I really am.
Uh-oh. Silver arrow. Oh. But I am a powerful wizard.
Do you agree to my test?
I'd rather not put an apple on my head. I might put it on someone else's head. If you wish to prove yourself in combat, I
Hey,
can
Dark
make
Grim,
arrangements.
Dark Grim, will you put the apple on your head?
Okay.
We have already proven ourselves by going into the depths of Droskar's dark mines.
The monastery.
Well, there were mines under the monastery,
True.
and we went down there. That's even further than just the monastery.
Oh, does she want to see my marksmanship?
Sure.
What is that, Rust?
Let's see.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything.
On Skype?
What the hell?
I
What
don't.
happened?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Blah 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 blah.
What is it?
It's Jesse and James and Meow from Team Rocket, and Jesse is just opening her mouth constantly talking, and they're just scared of her.
Okay, I'll get less than 30 feet away. Put
Okay.
the apple on his head.
Okay.
And
Less than
let's see.
30 feet.
Range under 30.
So
18.
as you can see, from 5 feet away, I am clearly able to hit.
No,
You
I'm 30 feet away.
you strike true into the apple. She goes, "Ah, something that a cadet can do."
I had one eye closed.
Oh, one eye closed, you say? Give me one moment.
But
She
what
goes
would I...
she goes out and she comes back in a second with what can only be looking as a strange young woman who looks kind of scared to kind of be there. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Excuse me. She's gone for a second, and she comes back. There is a blonde-haired woman who matches the description of Luna Aldred.
Dr. Luna, I presume.
She goes, "What did you need me for again, Aurora? Just help me determine this one's strengths." And she whispers into her ear.
Okay.
She puts the apple back on Darkgrim's head.
Ah,
Poor Dark Grim.
I just shrug.
I want to see her die roll, by the way.
What do you mean? For what?
Well, if she's going to shoot an arrow, I want to see the D20
She's
roll.
not gonna shoot an arrow. She's not. She's not an archer.
Oh, okay.
Um.
I show how much I could sneak attack things, but unfortunately, an apple's a plant, so I can't.
Uh. Luna says, "Do not be alarmed of what happens next." All of a sudden, Luna starts chanting. You guys may make spellcraft checks if you have the appropriate skill.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. My ridiculous spellcraft of plus this
That might be an easy.
20.
To identify a spell, it's 2 times spell level, right? Plus
I
I
15.
think so. Yeah,
think so.
yeah, I think so.
I actually think it's just spell level plus 15 to identify it.
Let me double check. I keep forgetting. I am so bad. Identify a spell is 15 plus spell level. Okay, you get it. She is casting darkness.
Oh,
The room
Okay.
is enveloped in darkness. You are unable to see Darkgrim. You know where he was.
oh, she wants me to shoot at him that way.
Yup. She goes, you may fire when ready.
Okay,
Do it.
all right.
That's what I say.
Well, if I could cast daylight, we'd be done with it now. It's unfortunate
Range
that that
under
scroll
30.
was taken from us.
Man, I need a really good roll here. Hey, 27.
Okay, now roll me a 50% mischance.
Oh.
Uh, what is the thing for percentile? Roll like
D100.
D100.
And high 50 is, above 50 is good, below 50 bad.
Above
Got it.
50.
Ooh. Okay.
Just made it.
Another muttering of incantation, and the darkness goes away. Sure enough, you have struck true through the core of the apple. And she goes, "Alright, I see some potential. It depends on how well you're able to do that continuously through the night, though."
Through the night.
Oh.
I've showed you enough. I mean, bring in one of your lackeys and let them shoot an apple off of someone's head in darkness like that.
As I said, I can set up an encounter if you wish, but I was hoping that you would be more interested in other information I may have procured. That's why I've also brought Luna in.
Okay.
Luna here, as you might know, is a pathfinder. She takes on jobs that the military can't do. As such, she is a good informant and a good friend. I do not suggest you are recruited by her. I actually think it is by far better for you not to be affiliated with any of us, actually. Um, Needless to state, there are many evils that plague our lands. We have the cultists in the woods, who are werewolves. We have the cultists of Zon-Cathun, who plague our lands with murders and assassinations. We have Chiliacs at our doorstep, who continues to use their political gain and influence to try and invade our lands and take our people away from us. We have even the Lumber Consortium is an evil that we must face.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know about that guy. His rents are kind of high.
I see you do not know the full story of Mr. Creed.
No, we don't.
Nope.
Not really.
Folger
No.
Creed has most of his control over the lands in Darkmoon Vale. Despite his location in Falcon's Hollow, he actually commands quite a lot of power. In fact, he basically controls the flow of Darkmoon wood to all of Andoran. The Lumber Consortium is basically a monopoly that controls all lumber. Not just Darkmoon wood, but every lumber source. There is no other company. They basically have command over all of our military because of this. They have an incredible influence in our politics at home in Almus.
Hmm.
So what you're saying is you need a trust buster.
We are unable to apprehend Mr. Creed. It is true we have heard rumors and insights that the man has done many illegal activities, but without proof, we are unable to arrest him. And even should we arrest him, that does not eliminate the threat that the Lumber Consortium still holds over our land. We are patriots, sirs and ladies. We are patriots of Andoran. And if Andoran is to continue, we need to eliminate threats like this. I would ask you to merely return to Falcon's Hollow, keep your eye on Mr. Creed, and if the time comes, find evidence of his villainy, find evidence of the Lumber Consortium's evils so that we might take down both in one fell swoop. That, or perhaps maybe you can find some way of turning the Lumber Consortium in our favor. That is what I think
Okay.
you're most suited for, at least for the moment. There is more, but I'm not as concerned with those as others. Luna goes, oh, you should talk about the Fae. You should definitely tell them about what the Greenfire Druids seek to gain.
Yeah, tell us that.
Do tell us.
I'm allowing
Run
you
into
guys to try
something
and go
before.
into the conversation.
I don't know
Yes,
what to say.
I want to know.
The
Would you
Greenfire
like to know
Druids.
more?
The Greenfire Druids are a group of individuals who seek to bring peace between the lands of the Fae and Darkmoon Vale. If you knew your history well, you might know that Arthfell Forest to the west of Ulfden once spanned.
Wait. I know my history well.
Go ahead.
I do!
Okay. Alright. You actually have a combination of stuff that. Of knowledges that kind of culminate into this big lump sum. You know that Arthfell Forest used to actually compose the entire region of Darkmoon Vale. Like, if you look at the map currently, it used
Like
to.
all the lava areas were forest.
It used to be like it used to stretch. Let me see if I can kind of draw a little bit. It used to stretch kind of all over here. This used to all be forest and like all down here
Yeah.
was all forest. The Lumber Consortium has basically done this. Come on. It's a combination of the lava, the eruption that once happened, but most of it has actually been the Lumber Consortium taking down the forest. And the Fae have not been exactly pleased with that. You know that once before, there was once a kingdom in the Arthfell Forest run by King Narvin, if you recall correctly. You know that Narvin once
Oh.
ruled Arthfell Forest and forced out many evils under the alliance with the nymph queen Centira.
I like those nymph queens.
She is the queen of Darkmoon Woods and Arthfell Forest. She commands the Fae inside these woods and holds sway over them, but she has actually fallen silent to all but the slightest of rumors for some time now. The Greenfire Druids seek to re-establish contact with the Nymph Queen to try and aid her in the best way possible to get the Fae to cooperate. As you might not know, the Fae seem to attack the numerous logging camps, and sometimes they even attack our homes and our children. Some of the more evil ones do even more dastardly attempts, and it's hard for us to get the people on our side. If we can get the Fae to come to an understanding, perhaps we can make an alliance there as well. There are more evils, including dragons and other such, but I doubt that's within your power to stop.
We'll do our best.
We will kill them all.
Yeah, you go straight into Falcon's Hollow to kill Fuldrin Cree. Congratulations, you have just become murderers.
No, I'm just
And
joking.
which one
No, if I do it stealthily.
We shall go to Falcon's Hollow and keep an eye on Fuldrin Creed and investigate the cult of whatever the Thunka or whatever it is.
Well, you know there's also the cult of Urgathoa, and she never mentioned the cult of Urgathoa, by the way.
Well,
Urgathoa.
maybe I'll tell her what I know about the cult of Urgathoa
Well, what do you say?
in Falcon's Hollow. I basically repeat what Kimmy told me.
So there's another cult lying around our As soon as we deal with